he's a little out of sync, with his game timing, which is something that we knew. The month of October is what we view as a final step in his recovery, getting the game conditioning, game timing, and all the winning habits that he's got to reestablish for part of his game. And he took a step towards that.
The Pacers were here in Asia 4 years ago. Your impressions then, and what does this mean to you looking at all these media here that are covering the Pacers and the Rockets?
I love it. I just love that the NBA game is so global, and the support here in the Philippines and in China, where we were before, in Taipei, globally, it's a little bit overwhelming to me. And it's something that's a little bit fascinating, something I really embrace, and just so good for our game, the support that we have over here.
And I was thinking about this. 4 years ago, the Pacers weren't on the stage that they are now. Is that a factor as well?
I think a little bit, but I mean, like I said, there people here in Asia, all over, they're just a fan of the NBA game. So I mean, if the Pacers were a team trying to make the playoffs and a lottery team, or whether we're one game from the NBA Finals last year, I just think there's a great support, a great love for the game of basketball and the NBA product that we have here, and something that we're all embracing.
You were within a quarter of entering the NBA Finals last season. What does it take for you to take the next step?
Well, we made a lot of moves in the offseason that are going to help us take that step. Hopefully, the additions of Luis Scola and Chris Copeland, and C.J. Watson, the drafting of Solomon Hill, and then the addition of Danny Granger coming back. I think all of those things bolster what we were doing last year. Should make us a stronger team. But there's a lot of teams in the East that got stronger. So. We're going to have to, really grow, gain from the experience that we took last year, and try to take that next step.
Who's the number one guy now, Granger or Paul George?
Well, we don't have a number one guy. We're a team-first team, and that's the identity that we've embraced. That nobody cares, about individual play. Everybody cares about putting the team first and playing team basketball.
How do you beat LeBron next time?
That's a great question. I'm not sure.
Coach Vogel, what are the chances of the Pacers now for a championship? The chances for the season?
I'm not sure what the Vegas odds are, but I know that our guys believe in it. And that's all that really matters for me.
Will Danny Granger be starting once the season starts?
Will he be starting? I'm not sure yet. We're going to see how he progresses with his final stage of his recovery here, and we'll see how it plays out.
How do you just consider the Rockets' strength?
Well, I think the Rockets are a championship contender. Obviously, they had a great season last year, and in the last 12 months, they've added two of the best players in the NBA, Dwight Howard and James Harden. Both of those guys, just give opposing coaches fits in terms of trying to formulate a game plan. So, it should be an interesting couple games.
Coach, back in the East, you've got this interesting rivalry between you and our own countryman, Coach Eric Spoelstra. Talk about the series that went down between the two of you.
Well, I have such great respect for Eric, as a coach, and the way he came up was a little bit similar, starting in the video room and the scouting and becoming an assistant coach. So I mean, we share that, but he gets not nearly enough credit for the job he's done with that team. And he's got probably the toughest job in the NBA, when it comes to the expectations and the pressure of dealing, with superstars that they have there and making them gel as a team, and that's why they won a championship, because his ability to get them to play as a team. Talent doesn't win championships. You got to play as a team, and he's been able to do that.
Do you think Hibbert is a big difference this year with what he did last year and continue to improve some of that?
Well, I think the second half of the season last year and what he did in the playoffs, was just remarkable. The way he sort of transformed himself, and nobody's more self-motivated in the NBA than Roy Hibbert is, and it shows in his play. And hopefully he takes that next step this year.
Coach, what is it about the young players that they are having a lot of success in the last couple of years?
I don't know. I don't know if it's so much just about young coaches or whoever's having success, but I think there's been a few of us that have been fortunate enough to have some good teams and have some success, and I think it's kind of a case-by-case basis. For me, I'm just trying to do my best.
Coach, how does it feel that you have Larry back in the Pacers front?
Fantastic. He's obviously one of the brightest minds the game has ever seen. So to have somebody like that, behind all your decision-making moves, or personnel moves, but also someone that I can use as a soundboard day in and day out to share my ideas with. Certainly just strengthens our intelligence.
Coach, Paul George is a very great defender. Do you think it's possible he wins the Defensive Player of the Year?
Absolutely. I think it's I think every voter's got to be alert to him and be watching him all season because I think he's the best wing defender in the game. And a major reason why we led the league in most defensive categories last year.
Coach, how big will Luis Scola's addition be for your front line?
Incredible. We feel like we improved our basketball IQ with the addition of Luis Scola. Someone who just has a feel for the game that quite frankly you can't teach. And so to have him come in and be able to contribute to the culture that we have here, should really strengthen our team.
Will it change the way you play? The position of this big guy?
No, not really. We play big. That's what we do. That's part of our identity is to try to stay big as much as possible, and to have someone of his abilities and experience level, just really an international legend, one of the best power forwards in the NBA. To have someone like that come off our bench really strengthens us.
If you could just say something about Jeremy Lin, who is Asian, he had a difficult season last season. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know if he had a difficult season. I thought he had a pretty good season. I think, when he did what he did in New York, I think the expectations just skyrocketed through the roof and were a little bit unrealistic. But I thought he had a really strong season last year, and I'm sure he'll have another one this year.
Would you start him if you were coaching him?
Of course I would.
Point guard.
Of course, yeah. I think
Yes.
he's a big-time player. I really have a great deal of respect for his game, and he's again like we try to preach. He's a team-first guy. So when you get guys like that contribute to the team play, it really strengthens what you're doing.
Coach, how do you feel about being in the Philippines now, doing the preseason game?
I like it. I love this country. I got a neighbor that her parents were from here, and she's got a lot of roots here. That she's told me a lot about it. And everything she told me has come true. Coming over here, the people are really nice. It's such a beautiful city, and we're excited to be here.
How have you adjusted to the weather here? So hot here.
It's a little warm, but that's okay. I don't mind warm. I'm not a cold weather guy, so I like the cold weather.
One of the criticisms of last season was